Hello, my lovely friends. This is Marta from Drop of Sunshine. Welcome in my studio. My friends, thank you so much, very kindly to all of you who's watching my tutorials, who recently subscribed to my channel as well. I'm so much close to reach this 1000 subscribers goal, which will allow me, once I reach this 1000 of the subscribers on my channel, the YouTube will allow me to have these live classes finally, because I don't have a camera. I'm recording from my phone, and actually to record from the mobile device, this is the requirement YouTube puts onto creators to have this 1000 of subscription. So thank you so much, very kindly, to all of you, my friends, who recently joined my channel and helped me out. I'm very close, which gets me super excited. Now, my friends, today I will be playing with the craft o'clock papers. The idea for my card actually coming from those pinkish color flowers. These are the older set from Mixed Media collection. They were designed to work with the Time of Reflections collection, which was released last year, and I thought it would be a good to combine these with this mint color paper. And then I wanted to have some framing, so I've grabbed this pink color mood paper pad and try to match my flowers to this back paper, which will be matte for my front layer. Here I am just pencil marking all those dots, two dots, to help me out to distinguish where should I make my cutting line. And I want to have this white color chunky border all around this front panel. And the reason why I want to have this white border so white is that I'm planning to use this white front circle, which I think it will be looking nicely when you have this in your composition. You play with the white color, you have this white edge, quite chunky, and then you have this statement element on the front, which in my case will be a circle. And here you can see how easy and very quick is to actually create yourself matte and layer. No measurements involved, no ruler. This is no thinking. You just put your paper onto your card base and you just look what's visually looking good. And this, I'm finding it the best way, and always work. Now here you can see I had two elements. I actually used them both. This longer piece, rectangular front panel, I've used on another card. You could see it on my Facebook on the video clip I've prepared over there. So if anyone is interested to see how did I make the other card, just pop into my fan page. I will give you a link down below in the description area. And to make it more interest, I've decided to reach for this torn edge dice from the Creative. This is a new addition to the Creative family. They have released in the past all types of the all shapes you may need. In the basic form, they have a circle, squares, rectangles, hexagonal, octagonal, stars, hearts, whatever you may think of. Even the slim die, very narrow rectangular on sets of the nesting dice, and they're in absolutely amazing price point. If you haven't checked it, I'll give you a link down below. Just have a quick look. There's so many of them in the basic shapes, and they're just amazing. And this torn edge finish, this is a new addition to the whole collection of those basic shapes, and I absolutely love them. They're absolutely fantastic for making a card bases, but also for creating those card toppers and front elements. I just love them. And now, as you can see, I am cutting my elements into the papers I will be using on the card. This is a greatest idea ever, to use up your paper. That way you don't have to reach for a new piece of the cardstock, and you can save it for another card. And because I knew I will have this white circle stick down to the top of my panel, I knew I could cut something underneath, and that way, as I'm saying, this will stand your paper, and especially if you have this lovely design paper, which you only usually when you buy a pad of the paper, there is a 3 or 4 of the same design, and once you use them up, then you use them up. So always look for the ways you can stretch your papers a little bit. And here you can see I love this design, this circle, white circle with the heart and inside. This reminds me this stamp set with the cappuccino mugs view from the top, when you have this beautiful white foamy with the chocolatey sprinkle heart or something. I've recently started my new chapter. You could see on my previous video with this crafty glow up, when I'm just downsizing on the coffee, on the sweets. I'm doing a little bit cleanup in my studio, but also in my diet, in my health, and I've been thinking chocolate. So with ever stamp or combination I am looking at, oh, looks like a cappuccino coffee. Looks like a chocolate. So yeah, but it's definitely something reminds me this cappuccino cup, my friends. Now, because this pinkish color paper, it's quite pale, I wanted to give it a little bit extra something to make these layers visible. Especially I have this beautiful torn edge finish on this die cutting hearts, so I want to enhance it. And rather than using a brown color ink, which will be way too dark for this beautiful pale pastel color card, I wanted to use something really pale and not bringing this brown to the theme. And help came in from the Distress ink, and this is a Tattered Rose color. This is a very nude, it's not even like a pinkish, it's more kind of a nude color ink. And whenever you have this lightweight composition and you would like to add some a little bit darken up the edges, but you don't want to bring black or brown color, this is the color to go. Nude color ink pad, this is something you cannot go wrong with, because it will be perfect. Maybe not the stress is not as sharp for the stamping, but definitely it's worth to have some nude color ink pad in your stash, because this will be a great for adding this darken edges, or to do this no color no line stamping, because you can very easily lightweight stamp your image and then color over it, so no one will see it was a stamp in the first place. Now I am attaching, when I knew there will be no more cutting involved, all my elements are cut from the papers, I could finally glue them down. And for that I'm using my forever favorite technique, which I'm always using, is adding the double-sided tape to the edges of my paper, and then slightly releasing the paper, adding the drop of the glue to help me to move around. And once I'm happy with the placement, I am just taking out this remaining pieces of the release paper. And here you can see I am repeating those steps. And because there's been quite a few new friends joining my channel, I'm just gonna let you know, my friends, this adding the glue, because I had this question whenever I post my cards on a Facebook. I usually have 1 or 2 new friends asking me why you're adding the glue on top of the double-sided tape. The glue is helping with 2 things. First and foremost, it gives you this slippery surface, because the double-sided tape, once it's grip instantly. So if my paper, I'm not gonna put it 100% straight in the first place, that will stay this wonky, and the card, it's not gonna be looking very nice. So having this drop of the glue helps you to move your paper around, and then it will protect it for years. Many times in the past that I found out, when I find the old box with the card, which was made like over 5 years or something, they were lying in a box, and I found it at some point. I discovered that the double-sided tape in a few cards tend to dry out. So that means that the front panel start lifting or coming off from the card, and this is every crafter nightmare. If you create the cards, you spend tons of the hours on making them, and you're giving them to someone or selling them. This is the last thing you want to do, my friend, is to make your cards fall apart within a couple of years. It's not gonna happen after a year or two, but it may happen after 5 or 6 years, as I'm saying. So this drop of the liquid glue helps to bound the paper forever, because the liquid glue, once it dry, once it will stick those two pages together, there's no way they will be coming off. However, I really like the beautiful edge finish with the double-sided tape, because once you put your double-sided tape along the edge, this really gives you this pristine glue edge, which is very straight. There's no bumping, there is no paper warping, so that's why I like to combine the both and take what's the best from both methods. Here I have this element, I have those pinkish color flowers which I was telling you about. I'm also having a couple extra butterflies and some leaves. Those leaves were designed to actually go together with different papers, but the craft o'clock elements, they are beautiful, they are just absolutely amazing. Everything is matching everything, and even though I'm using elements from 3 different collections here, they all just match perfectly, like they will be designed to work together. And I'm using the hot glue just to help me out to put up my composition together. And this is just like just no rhyme and reason. I'm just focusing my composition to the one side, just to help me to enhance this focal point, and just to be a nice addition, so the card, it's not gonna be looking plain. And I'm just gluing them here and there, building up a composition and trying to see what looks nicely. And then I'm not adding any ribbon, but I've decided to go with this white string, a white cord, which I'm using often as well. I will give you a link down below to the eBay store where I'm buying it. It comes with the reel, and this is really good investment, because they're like £3 or something for the reel, and there is plenty of this. I've been using it and using it in so many cards, and I still have a plenty left, so definitely something you may want to check, my friends. Now on top of the flower composition, I also cut myself a couple of the butterflies, which I think it will be a nice just to add this movement to my card. And I had that trouble to decide, where do I want my butterflies, where do I want them, and but eventually I found the perfect place for them. I'm having this pieces of the chipboard. This is a chipboard sentiments as well, which Craft O'Clock is producing plenty of them on multi-occasional. There are some birthday one, there are some to go with the wedding theme. There is this encouraging love messages, a lot of different chipboards, and they're coming in a white look, and then there is this brownish color, like a more vintage style for the mixed media creation, which I really like as well. So I'm just trying to see whether I need anything else to my card, because I always like to have this pop on the other side as well, just for the balance, just so there will be a visually nice flow to my card. And as you can see here, my card is almost ready. I hope you enjoy this today's tutorial, something quick and easy to do. If you have the design paper, there's many companies apart from the Craft O'Clock. There's also many other companies which are releasing the matching elements to their papers, and this is something which is very easy to do. I love working with the elements like that, because they help you to build up the composition, and they also help you to learn how to build up the composition. So if this is something you would like to try, definitely something to look around, or you can visit my own Facebook page. I do have a couple, quite a few, I would say. I think it's nearly 40 design paper with the elements for free download, so you can have them and have a play with them and create something maybe similar or in the same style of the paper creation. Thank you so very much, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this today tutorial. Don't forget, I'm having the live classes tomorrow. You can join me. We're gonna be creating something nice with the belly band, and I'll show you my take on it. Stay blessed, my friends. I am wishing you a wonderful day, and see you shortly. Bye bye.